Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video we are going to talk about converse, inverse, contrapositive, conditional and biconditional statements. Now let's go ahead and start with conditional statement. Conditional statement. Okay, the pattern for this conditional statement, it will start like this: if P then Q. If P then Q. Here this P is the hypothesis, and this Q is the conclusion. For example, you can say if you live in Los Angeles, then you live in California. So here the Los Angeles is the hypothesis and California is the conclusion. Now let's go ahead and see the negation of this one. Negation is opposite of this. Negation is opposite of something, like for example, if we have something like this represents not P. So it means P is not happening. For example, if someone says sunny outside, the negation of that one is going to be it's not sunny outside. So the sunny outside is not happening, right? So that's negation. Now let's go ahead and see what is converse is. Converse is reverse of the conditional statement. So here we have seen if P then Q, then converse is going to be if Q then P. If Q then P. Now reverse, like if we have a conditional statement, the converse can be true or it can be false, but if both are true, it's a biconditional statement. Okay, but converse is not always true. We will see the examples for that. Now next thing is we are going to see what is inverse is. Inverse is if not P, then not Q. This is basically negation of the conditional statement. If not P, then if not Q. Here if P, then if Q, right? Here if not P, then not Q. The next thing is we are going to see contrapositive. Contrapositive is reverse negation of the conditional statement. Contrapositive is that reverse negation of the conditional statement. It's going to look like this: if not P, actually if not Q, then not P. It is actually it's negation of the converse and reverse negation of the conditional statement. Okay, and that's it for this. Now let's look at a biconditional statement. Biconditional statement. Biconditional statement is this is the sim, like this is how it look like. It says if P then Q or if Q then P. It means both will be true or both will be false. That's the biconditional statement. Now let's go ahead and see some examples for this. First, let's start with conditional statement. Let's say we have a conditional statement like this: if you live in Los Angeles, then you live in California. Now this is our conditional statement. Let's put CS. Okay, conditional statement. Now the next thing is we are going to see what is converse. Converse is reverse of this one. What we do is we bring this first one, actually the second one to the first one and first one to the second one. So when we write this one, it's going to look like this. And if we write in terms of this, it's if Q then P. We saw this here. But if we write this sentence in terms of that, it's going to look like this: if you live in California, then you live in Los Angeles. Okay, so we switch the second one with the first one. Now the next thing is we are going to see what is inverse is. Inverse here we have seen that inverse is negation of the conditional statement. Negation of the conditional statement. Now when we write it in terms of sentence, it's going to look like this. If you don't live in Los Angeles, then you don't live in California. Okay, so this is the negation of the first conditional statement. But here this is not always true, because if you check this one, if you don't live in Los Angeles, then you don't live in California, because it can be like if you don't live in Los Angeles, you can be somewhere else. For example, you can be in San Francisco, that's in California, right? So it's not always true. But if the converse is false, this is also going to be false. But if the converse is true, it can be true or false. Now the next thing is we are going to see what is contrapositive is. Contrapositive, we have seen that it's a reverse negation of the conditional statement, or we can say negation of the converse. When we write this one, it's going to look like this. Contrapositive, if you don't live in California, then you don't live in okay, let me check. Converse, if you don't live in California, then you don't live in Los Angeles. You don't live in California, then you don't live in Los Angeles. Okay, so this is the contrapositive, and that's it. Now let's go ahead and see another example. Let's get rid of these things. Okay, let's try another one. Let's say we have something like this one. If I am hungry, this is the conditional statement. If I am hungry, then I will eat pizza. Then I will eat pizza. So this is the conditional statement. Now pause the video and try it by yourself and see if you can get the correct answer. Now I'm going to tell one by one. So first we are going to see what is the converse of this one. Converse is reverse. So here, if I am hungry, then I will eat pizza. The reverse of this one is going to be, if I eat pizza, then I am hungry. If I eat pizza, then I am hungry. This is the reverse of the first one. Now the next one is we are going to see what is inverse is. Inverse is negation of the conditional statement. If we negate the conditional statement, it's going to say, if I am not hungry, then I will not eat pizza. Then I will not eat pizza. So this is the inverse of that one. Now the next thing is we are going to see what is contrapositive is. Contrapositive is reverse negation of the conditional statement, or you can say negation of the converse. So contrapositive. Here you can simply negate this converse. That's going to be what? If I don't eat pizza, then I'm not hungry. And that's all about converse, inverse, and contrapositive, conditional, biconditional statements. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.